Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Jilly Juice. For those of you unfamiliar with Jilly Juice, and I congratulate you on that, it's a beverage concocted from cabbage and a metric fuck-ton of salt. So, if you've been missing out on the whole high blood pressure and explosive diarrhea craze, Jilly Juice may be just the thing. Good thing the theater's unlocked. I mean, I've got the keys, but no goddamn thumbs. Here's Jillian Epperly, insurance agent. Oh wait, gotta remember to read the top line under experience on LinkedIn. Let's start that again. Here's Jillian Epperly, CEO of Jilly Juice. She's spent decades not studying medicine, genetics, chemistry, and science in general. Sounds like the ideal source for all of our health-related information, don't you think? Here's the recipe for the cornerstone of her protocol. Sounds sciencey already, doesn't it? Yep, this appetizing beverage can, according to Jilly, reverse aging, cure AIDS, diabetes, cancer, Down syndrome, regenerate damaged organs, and cure homosexuality. That's right. Jilly seems to consider homosexuality an illness. Alright, let's get right into it and take a look at a video published by Jilly on September 20th entitled Hyponatremia versus Hypernatremia. Water and air are balancing forces.
Okay, so if you have read my book,
Translation, go buy my book.
And you bought the book, then you understand the balancing forces when it comes to the human body and the elemental composition of the human body. So if you've ever looked at the actual elemental composition of the human body, you will see that salt is the 9th element.
Son of a bitch, she's right. There it is.
And the first element is oxygen, and then it's like, what is it? Like hydrogen, and it's, what else? Potassium, magnesium, and you just go down the line and you'll see
oxygen, hydrogen, potassium, magnesium, salt. I know what you're thinking. Maybe she doesn't actually mean elements in the scientific sense. But stating 4 discrete elements in a row is a strong indicator that that's exactly what she means.
All the first 9 different elements.
See?
And then that is directly correlative to my recipe, which houses all of those 9 different elements and then also the nutrients. So when anybody talks about hypernatremia, and that is what the trolls out there that don't understand science, that's what they use to scare people who don't know any better and never really done any research on the internet or in any book.
Hypernatremia. Wow, it works.
So they will, completely take what they're saying for face value. So now I'm going to give you some information. Hyponatremia, H-Y-P-O, means that you're not getting enough electrolytes. It means that you're dehydrated.
No, dehydration is not what that means. Hyponatremia is a decrease in serum sodium concentration caused by an excess of water relative to soluble.
It means go to the hospital, go get salt and dextrose and water into your system so your body can now finally function the way it's supposed to.
What? Jilly Juice doesn't cure that?
Okay, so that's hyponatremia, not enough salt. Now, we have hypernatremia. That is when your body gets too much salt and not enough water. But guess what? With the protocol, with my recipe, you have water, you have the sodium and the salt with the minerals, and you have the lactobacillus, and you have the minerals in the salt and the nutrients in the cabbage and kale.
I'm sorry, but I don't see this protocol as a cure for hypernatremia. Hypernatremia is a common electrolyte problem that is defined as a rise in serum sodium concentration to a value exceeding 145 millimoles per liter. Since the hypernatremia, in this case, may be caused by ingestion of large quantities of this snake oil miracle cure, I hardly see where ingesting more would be in any way helpful. Since one of the expressed claims of this Jilly Juice is waterfalls, also known as explosive diarrhea, and prolonged diarrhea is one of the causes of hypernatremia. I'm calling drink on this one. Oh wait, wrong show.
And so when you get thirsty with my protocol, guess what you do? You drink water.
Everybody got that? Water. Not more Jilly Juice. Or better yet, skip the Jilly Juice in the first place. Seriously.
And that balances out anything that could potentially be what could be harmful.
What's with the bunny ears? Are we making light of elevated blood pressure from long-term intake of excessive amounts of salt? Maybe the hypernatremia that was discussed dismissively earlier. Or perhaps we mean to trivialize the hazards of prolonged waterfalls to one's well-being.
And then with the healing symptoms, we're now looking at context. And that's when you have to understand in my book,
By my book,
where I talk about homeostasis interruption.
Homeostasis interruption? You mean like interrupting the balance between sodium and water in the human body by the deliberate introduction of excessive quantities of salt? Or the triggering of dehydration caused by these waterfalls?
And there's 3 areas of which you're going to have homeostasis interruption, which is increasing the nutrients in your body that you do not ordinarily get, taking away an element that your body was used to, such as alcohol, or poisoning your body. Well, since we've already established that salt is the 9th element.
Salt's not an element.
And water is a balancing force.
Balancing force? What does that even mean? If water is a balancing force for taking in too much salt, wouldn't taking in less salt also be another better balancing force?
And you're getting potassium and magnesium.
And you're getting potassium and magnesium? What does that have to do with the gargantuan amount of salt you're telling people to consume?
You're not poisoning your body, so that does not fit the context of poisoning when it comes to my recipe.
Poisoning in the technical sense, maybe not. Poisoning in the colloquial sense, however, the causing of a disruption in the body's natural processes, surely so. Salt tends to make you thirsty. That's your body trying to correct the sodium-water ratio. Drinking lots of water can exacerbate issues of edema and blood pressure. Not drinking enough could force the body to draw water out of other cells, making you dehydrated. This excess water, or balancing force as Jilly calls it, can cause more frequent urination. Every time you do that, you lose calcium. Over the long term, can you say osteoporosis, Jilly?
So I don't want to hear anybody using the salt as a fear-mongering tactic against my protocol, because when you actually look at my information, which is the science
from the insurance agent, if you recall,
in my book, as well as free on my website, your argument against my protocol because of hypernatremia does not hold any water. Pun.
That wasn't a pun.
Holds no water. So that is the difference between hyponatremia and hypernatremia. And you cannot at all equate the symptoms from each of those issues to the context of my protocol.
Even though it is a causal agent for one of those. If you've been watching, you know which.
Because I do explain very, very carefully the differences of homeostasis interruptions. All right, take care, bye.
Jeez, how did that get up there on the screen? Now, I handled this particular issue with my usual level of sarcasm and disdain, but please don't think that it's not a serious issue. Katie Paulson, a columnist for Pathos, wrote a very informative article about the premature death of a man named Bruce Wilmot. I've linked it in the description. Our concerns here at Science Strike Force are the following. In addition to the lack of any credible evidence of benefit from this product, certain individuals may not seek conventional treatment for illness, disease, etc., as a result of the claims being made. Additionally, the excessive amount of salt contained in this product may trigger severely adverse effects. We at Science Strike Force award this product 5 out of 5 ducks for outstanding quackery. Thank you for watching.